Gamaya Jyotyormamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. So we have been discussing the uh, reflective theory, like the Brahman is reflected in me. Only thing is, I have this avidya over me and I have to remove it, and then immediately I can see the Brahman. And the second point which we saw is that the Brahman is never affected because the parts may change. Like as I said, a glass full of water, it can change its place, but the same sky is reflected in that glass. And even if that earthen pot is broken, nothing happens to the sky. The pot is broken again and again. Let us see with the help of Gita, Vasamsi Jirnani Yata Vihaya. So when my body becomes unusable, when it becomes old, tired, torn, no more, it cannot be used anymore, then what we do is just throw out that body and take a new body. But the Atman remains unaffected by all these things. So various forms can break. And someone told me once that the Atman never takes the same form twice. It always takes new forms. So forms are different. There are various forms, but I remain constant. So like with earth, I can make any amount of things, vessels. I can make a glass, I can make a spoon, I can make a pot, I can make a bird. But when these things are broken, they return back to the original state. That is mud, that is clay.
So what does it mean? It doesn't take the same form?
Yes, it doesn't take the
what
same
does it
form.
mean?
Suppose say if your grandfather passes away, he never comes in the same exact form again. There will be some difference, at least some difference. So the Atman never takes the same form. So various forms are broken, but the Brahman in that remains unaffected. And if I know that, I have become a knower. Till I am, again and again this thing is repeated in the Upanishads, disassociation. Whenever I am associated with my body, then all these things will come. So let me tell you, covering up. Like see, if we are feeling cold, we wear many clothes on us. So I was commenting to you that the Brahman within is covered with various layers. So what are those layers? You might have heard about it, but it's always good to hear again. So there was a sage, a future sage called as Bhrigu. And he went to his father. Generally, you see, Upanishads, as we saw, it is being transferred from the guru to the student. And so here the father was also a sage, Varuna. And so this Bhrigu went to his father and asked, please instruct me on what is Brahman. I want to know what is Brahman. Then his father said, look, there is only one way I can tell you how to reach Brahman, and that is do tapasya. Tapasa Brahma Vijignyasasva. If you don't meditate, you will not know what is Brahman. There is an instance in Gospel where Sri Ramakrishna says that Parvati, she was the son of Himavan, and she showed various divine forms to Himavan. Then Himavan said, I want to know your another aspect, the Nirakara aspect, the aspect of Brahman. Then she said, for that you have to do tapasya. You have to meditate. You have to do sadasad vichara. Vichara means this, discrimination. What should you discriminate? I should discriminate the truth with the untruth, the permanent with the impermanent. I should know what gives me joy and what gives me sorrow. And I should be able to do the things which will give me good, which will lead me to eternal happiness, and leave the things that are going to take me to the downward spiral. So it's as simple as that. So the father asked the person to do tapasya. Do tapasya, then you will know the truth. So, and he said, there are, you can take some help. See, he didn't give any instruction. Okay, like I am telling you, look, this is the Brahman. He never said anything because they said you have to find out for yourself. No point in me spoon feeding you. Otherwise, that realization will not be yours. That knowledge is going to be mine. The more I am going to explain to you, the things are getting more clearer for me, but not for you. So if you have to know, you have to walk the path, you have to know the truth. So he said that there are some aids which you can take. What are those aids? Annam, food, pranam, our life force. Without pranam we can't live. Then chakshu, your eyes. Then shrotram, your ears. Then mano, your mind. Then vacham, so the speech. So with all these things, you can try to reach the Atman. You can take these things as your help.
Can you repeat it?
Yes. Annam, pranam, chakshu, shrotram, mano, vacham iti.
Thank you.
So after hearing this, he said another thing. Know Brahman to be that from which all these things have come out. Yato va imani bhutani jayante. From it, everything has come. Whatever you see in this world, everything has come out of Brahman. Yena jatani jivanti. In him they stay. And yat prayant yabi samvishanti. And after they finish their cycle of life, they go back. So there is a place, like for example, I am a manager in a bank. So I start from my home, I work in my office, and then I go back to my home. So here Brahman is something through which everything has come. It is sustained in that, and again it goes back to that. Something like that. Like say bubbles in a water. The bubble cannot exist without the water. Because the water is there, the bubble came out from that water. It exists in the water. Try lifting that bubble out of the water, it will immediately burst. And after it bursts, it just merges in that water. So, yat prayant yabi samvishanti tad vijijnasasva. So, this is what I can tell you. Go and meditate on this. And that is Brahman. So, what he did? Satapo tapyata. Because the father had asked him to do tapasya. So, he went and he did tapasya. And after doing tapasya, he's thinking, right? Meditation means what? You're thinking something. So he thought, from where can things come? Where can they exist? Where can they go? Then, yes, I got it. What's that? Annam brahmeti vyajanat. It's the food. That is creating people. If you don't eat, you can't be born. Okay? And if you don't eat, you are going to die. And okay, then after you die also you become food sometimes. Because you mix in the soil and then again you become like that. So he came to the father and said, Father, I have known Brahman. And said that Annam Brahmeti Vijanat. I have known that Brahman is this. Anna Deva Kalvi Mani Bhutani Jayante. It's a very simple mantra you can all follow. It's because of Anna that all these Bhutas means all beings have come. Annena jatani jivanti. Jivanti. In that only they are living. Annam prayanti abhi samvishanti ti. So they are going in that. But this father was not at all satisfied. Okay, like me, perhaps you are trying to say something and he said, no, this is not the right answer. He said, no, my son, you haven't got the idea. Go and do penance again. So what he did again, how can he say no to his father? He went and said, Tasatapotapyata satapas tatva. Okay, then some more days he meditated and said, okay, what is more important than food? Then he found out that I can be born, but if there is no prana in me, if there is no breathing or if there is no life force, prana is explained in many ways in the Upanishads. For now, for our understanding, let us take it like this. That is the life force. Without prana, I can't live. It's only because of prana people are living. So he came back to his father and said, Father, prana brahmeti vyajanat, prana deva kalvimani bhutani jayante. It's because of prana they are born. Pranena jatani jivanti. Without breathing, I can't even live. So they are living in that. Pranam prayanti abhisamvishanti. And after they finish their life force goes and enters into the bigger life force. We saw in the Ishopanishad also, let my life force be merged in the Virat, like that. So tad vijnaya, after knowing that, punareva varunam pitaram upasasara. So he came again to his father, Adihi bhagavo brahmeti. Now I have no. You can't see. With all proudness, he says, Tagum ho baj. But you can find out that the father was still not satisfied. So he said, okay, you are going in the right way, but still you haven't yet gone. So, tapasa brahma vijijnasasva. Okay, so, tapo brahmeti. See, this is a very important point. Tapasya is Brahman. The way is also the end. So don't think that only when I reach the goal I'll be happy. No. By the time you're walking, you're happy. Like, see, we were trotting in that hilly path. Of course, we reached the mandir, we were very happy, but the very path was also quite enjoyable because there were beautiful trees, flowers, and monkeys, and whatnot. So, and that is how it is. So, go and do tapasya. Have yearning, concentrate well. Your concentration is still not deep. If you are concentrating properly, you will get the answers. Why are you not getting the answers? See, the teacher may tell, how come you are not learning this properly? You are not paying attention to that. Go and concentrate well. Work hard and then you will get the answer. Okay, then again say, Satapotapyata Satapastatva. Then he thought for some more things. See, with each and every step he is going from the gross to the subtle levels. Then what he said is, okay, everything is alright. Now what I think is Mano Brahmeti Vyajanat. The mind is very powerful. If I am a mentally lunatic person, then what's the point in me living even? I have a good body. I can eat well, I can work well, everything is okay. But if I am a lunatic, then there's no point in me having a very good body and even intellect, because people can't trust you. Okay, so you won't. No, here the intellect is not coming. You can just say that I am having a robust body and I am living, but I am a lunatic. So what's the use? There's no use. So what he thought was Mano Brahmeti Vyajanat. The mind is very important. Manaso heva khalvimani bhutani jayante. It's from the mind that everything has come. Manasa jatani jivanti. It is in the mind that they are living. Why they are living? Living in the proper sense. Otherwise also you can live. A madcap lives. A lunatic lives. But that's not living. We don't consider, it's not the quality of living there. So we are telling like that. Manasa jatani jivanti manatrayanti abhisamvishanti tad vijnaya. So after knowing that, Punareva Varunam Pitaram Upasasara, when we were taught this, we were so happy. Because just one word you change and you are getting everything. Okay, so this was our favorite chanting then. So, Punareva Varunam Pitaram Upasasara Adihi Brahmo Bhagaveti. I think I have known Brahman. Can you please tell me if I am correct? He doesn't say that I know and he just walk away. He's not doing that. See, when you are an earnest seeker, you will again and again repeatedly knock the door. You won't get tired of your efforts. You're just going and asking something, then it's, oh no, it's not happening, let me go off. I tried, but I failed, I'm going away. No, not like that. If you are a sincere spiritual seeker, you will not stop before you reach the goal. You will be going on knocking and knocking. So that's how he's coming again. And then what he says, see, Tapasa Brahma Vijijnasa. So again the father is telling the same thing. What else can I tell you? What new things can I tell you? I can only tell you the way by which I reached Brahman. So this is the way by which I reached Brahman. So you also have to walk the same path. So please go and meditate. Put more efforts. So as he said, again he went Sa Tapas Tattva. Now see, now he is going higher and higher. Now what he thought was Vijnanam Brahmeti Vyajanat. This is the intellect which conquers everything. Even if only intelligent people can progress in anything for that matter. So Vijnanadyeva Khalvimani Bhutani Jayante Vijnanena Jatani Jivanti Vijnanam Prayanta Abhisamvishanti. Because if a person is not, the quality of life is going higher and higher. First it was just existence, just you are living. Then the second thing is, no, something subtle. You should have this prana shakti. Then he is moving to, no, you should have the mind. Then he is moving to the intelligence aspect. And in Jnana Yoga, you can see for yourselves, much importance is given to intelligence. Buddhya, Sukshmaya, Tvagreya. So this is how it is described. If you want to realize the Atman through this path, you should sharpen your intellect. So how are you going to sharpen your intellect? By see, if you want to sharpen a pencil, you are going with that blade thing, right? Again and again you will rotate it and then it will become sharper. Or sometimes I have seen in dramas, there's a sword fight and the king is getting ready for the fight, and he will take that stone or something and he will do like this and that. So he's sharpening his sword. So how am I going to sharpen my intellect? My intellect has become blunt. Blunt by not thinking of higher things. If you are not going to exercise your, Navina told me very good point. If you exercise yourself, you are going to be mobile. If you are not going to exercise yourself, you are going to just go on. Just be there, sitting, that's all. So see, you should exercise your intellect. Think more and more and more of this. By rubbing again and again and again, you get the intelligence, the sharpness which we want. So read again, think again, so that it gets inside you. So Vijnanena jatani jivanti vijnanam prayanti abhisamvishanti iti tad vijnaya punareva varunam pitaram upasasara adihi brahmo bhagaveti tagumho vacha. So at this point, don't you think the master should have said yes? You have hit the right point. So that much only we know of Brahman. With the intelligence only, I am going to go to Brahman. So here the story must have stopped, but it didn't. It didn't. The teacher again sent him to the forest. See, practice some more concentration. You are on the right track, but you are still going low. See, as we saw, the Upanishads always they have insisted that we should know the highest. Nothing low below that. Okay, only the highest. Till then they won't leave. See, look at the years of tapasya. We are reading it in 4 paragraphs. But did he get it in 4 days or like that? But maybe he got it in 4 seconds also. You don't know. If the adhikari thinks about something, that's where we differ, We are not adhikaris. We are going in slow motion. But they, with all their effort and time, they were one-pointed. So they put their mind in that and they didn't stop till they get their result. So he now started to meditate again. And this time he stumbled upon something which he never expected. What was that feeling? Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Finally he came to understand that Brahman is Ananda. Ananda Dyevar Khalvi Mani Bhutani Jayante. It is from bliss that things come. That's why we want to have bliss. We want to enjoy. We want to have, but we shy away from sorrows because it's our nature to be blissful. That's why I'm suffering. Whenever I'm going and if I'm suffering, I don't want that. I am avoiding all my dukkha and I want to go in search of that sukha. But where am I searching for it? Outside. That's the problem with me. I have been searching outside. But here, Bhrigu was lucky enough to have a father who said, go inside. This is what the Upanishads tell you. Paranchikani vyatrinat swayambhu. Tasmat parang pashyati nantaratman. Kaschid dhira. So what it says is, all our indriyas, all our eyes, ears, okay, everything else, it hears everything from outside. My eyes are outside. Can I turn them inside? It should be a horrible sight. If I turn them inside, okay, I should be seeing nerves and blood and bones and whatnot. So better we are seeing also. But that's the thing. The seer has made everything outside. My ears will hear outside. Okay, but the thing is, one day some person, kaschid dhira, pratyaga atmanam aikshad, avrita chakshur, amritatva michan. But someone, dheer vyakti, see, a very firm resolved person, a very calm person, he decided that, no, I should know the truth. I want immortality. I want eternal peace, eternal bliss, eternal freedom. So what should I do? Avrita chakshu. Close your eyes and see within. Dive deep within. Thakur says, Doob, 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 roop, shagare, amar mon. Talatal khujle pabi, pabi reshe, premitham. And what not. Koto chintamani pode ache. There are things lying in my heart, in my very own heart. And does it need money? Should you go to some place and invest some money and that then only you can do? No, nothing. Just close your eyes and try to dive deep. And with what should I dive deep? The Omkara. That is what we have said. That's what the Upanishad says. The Omkara is that which will take you to the divine. There is one string available to you. That's the Shabda Brahman. You could take hold of it, meditate on Om, and there are many more vidyas which we will try to have a very brief glimpse. So that will take me to this joy. So Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat Ananda Deva Kalvimani Bhutani Jayante Anandena Jatani Jivanti Anandam Prayantyabi Samvishanti Ti. So at this point the father said yes. Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya. So Vidya means knowledge. Vidya means the technique by which I will reach Brahman in the Upanishads. So this is the truth. One who will know this, he will not be in want of anything else. So see,
Can I
this
ask a
is,
small question?
yes.
What is the difference between buddhi and mana? Because first he says mana and then buddhi. How
Vedanta
can we-
says, I'm coming to that. So we can see how we are having 5 steps to enter into the palace of Brahman. If there is like this lecture hall, if I have to step up into it, in this way it's not stepping up, it's stepping down, because I'm diving deep. So let's say the first step is my Annamaya Kosha. We have 5 covers, sheets are called as koshas. Kosha means cover. The very first one is the body. I can see this because it's visible to me. It's gross. Okay. Then the next thing is I can feel my life force, the breathing. And prana is of 5 types. I'm not going into those depths. And then comes the mind. Why? Because first things are taken to the mind. Things are, if suppose I am seeing this mobile, my optical nerves are taking it to my mind. This we saw. If my mind is not concentrating, I will not know what it is. So once that mind is there, then mind takes that thing to buddhi. It says, what am I supposed to do with this? Then the buddhi says, hey, if it's a photograph, smile at it. Okay. And if it is from some reporter who wants to find falsity, frown at it. So this is what the buddhi guides me. Okay, so this Annamaya Kosha is the first step which I have to discard. Know that I am not this. The second is the Pranamaya Kosha. Just Kosha means imagine a gem with 5 covers. Okay, you have a necklace. You have put it in a locker, and that's in an almirah, and that's in your room, and that's in your house. So if you want to get the gem, if you want to get that bangle or something like that, you have to open your house, you have to open your room, then open the almirah, then open the box, then you have that. So like that, first is our Annamaya Kosha, then is your Pranamaya Kosha, then your Manomaya Kosha, then your Vijnanamaya Kosha, then comes Anandamaya Kosha, but after that is the Atman. And what they say is, a light is shining and 5 screens are there. And the last screen is very, very dark. There are sometimes in dramas, they will pull a screen, then they will enact something, then again they will pull a screen, and then again you will see. So the first thing is very, very dark. Say for example, it's a Kambal screen. Let's take it like that. So what about the second screen? It's a bit more like say a plastic one. Plastic is not good for health, but still let's take like that. Then the third one, maybe it's getting subtler. It's a cotton one. Then the fourth one is silk one. Okay, and the fifth one, say a glass parda. So the fifth one, the Anandamaya Kosha, is very near the Brahman. And once you reach Anandamaya Kosha, the Brahman's light is going to shine more and more. And what they say is, at least be in the Vijnanamaya Kosha level. Please lift yourselves up this physical level. Okay, anything that happens to the body, immediately don't get, vexed up. Try to think that, okay, yes, I am residing in this. You know what's another way in Bhakti Yoga? This body is the temple and the Lord resides within. So I have to take care of it. And what does the Vedanti say? This body is an instrument for me to know the divine. So I will, okay, I'll take care of it. But a very strict Vedanti will tell you, what if the pot gets broken or not? Nothing is going to happen to you. You are there always. So what they say is, we should try to lift ourselves to the Vijnanamaya level. But generally all our life goes off in Annamaya level and what do I say, Pranamaya level and a little bit to Manomaya level, because now we are more, we are taking care of our mind, right? Because with my mind only I'm enjoying everything. So we are in these three levels, three steps. Lives after lives are getting over with these three steps. So if you want to progress further, if you want to know the Brahman, go a step higher, and that's the Vijnanamaya Kosha. So by talking intellectual things, trying to grasp these things, as I told you, the first time you won't understand. The second time you might seem to understand. The third time, okay, it's getting somewhat vague. The fourth time you can grasp bits and pieces. The fifth time you know it intellectually. The sixth time it's you put your yearning and effort, you are there. So this is what the Upanishad says about these jars, these outward cases which you should try to transcend. Okay, now Shabda Maya Grito Naiva Tamasa Yati Pushkare Bhinne Tamasi Chaikatvam Ekam Ebanu Pashyati. Being covered by Maya. That's why I'm not able to know the truth. I'm in darkness, Tamasa Prita. This is a term which is used in Upanishads often. We can see that the symbol of Brahman is light. Symbol of Brahman is Jyoti, Ananda, etc. And the symbol of Avidya, Maya is darkness. So we should know that, what should I know? Cut the Avidya, cut the ignorance. What is that ignorance? The ignorance that I am not the Brahman. The ignorance that I am the body. The ignorance that I am the mind. Cut it. No, I am the Atman. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. That we should remind us again and again. And then what happens? Then I will know that everything is one. Shabdaksharam param brahma tasmin kshine yadaksharam tad vidvan aksharam dhyayed yadi shanti matmanaha. So if you want peace, if you desire peace, what should you do? Meditate on Om. Because the Omkara, as I told you, it will take you to the highest. So that's the thing which is available to us. First, look at it as word. But then you will slowly know it's not only the word. Let me tell, for example, first we saw Ramakrishna. Okay, as a human being, as a mortal being. But as you are going and mixing with him, you come to know, no, this is someone special. He has something else in him. There's another dimension in him. So that comes when you move with him, when you talk with him. How will you move and talk with him? By reading his gospel, by reading his life, by discussing his ideas with others who have lived with him, talked with him, like that. So you have to discuss the Shastras and you have to meditate. Then the idea behind Om will be coming to you. It will come to you. So Dve Vidye Veditavye tu Shabda Brahma Param Chayat. Shabda Brahmani Nishnata Param Brahmadi Gachati. There are two kinds of Vidyas. One is the Shabda Brahman and another one is the Parabrahman. Now Shabda Brahman, once you master Shabda Brahman, you will know the Parabrahman. You need not struggle and strive for going high. You will be automatically taken there. Grantham abhyasya medhavi jnana vijnana tatparaha Palalamiva dhanyati tyajet grantham asheshataha. Now this is also another very lofty idea. I have told you earlier that the Vedas say, leave me. After reading me, leave me. See, no other scripture says this, but the Vedas. What they say is, after studying Vedas, one who wants Vijnana. Now this is a term coined by Sri Ramakrishna. Jnana is knowledge, but Vijnana is realization. He says, some might know the king, but there are very few people who can invite the king and converse with him or even dine with him. Not all can do that. So I should take the truth from the Vedas, and then if I want rice, I should throw away the husk. So after knowing the Vedas, do tapasya. Leave me. Throw away these. Throw away the Vedas altogether. Just see what to what extent they have seen. So that's why they like to be in the background. They never, you never have the names of the rishis. Very few rishis recorded, and many rishis, they say that they went by the name of their teacher or somebody else. They hate themselves. They only want us to know something, benefit something. That's all they want. They don't have any selfish desires at all. As we said, a person who knows the spirit never does any harm to anyone. And then they give a very beautiful example. Gavam aneka varnanam kshiras yap yeka varnata. There are cows, Cows, what do they give us? Cow? Milk. And there's a brown cow, black cow, okay, and shaded cows. But have you ever seen the milk different in different colors? It's only white. Okay. So like that, Shiravat pashyate jnanam linginastu gavam yatha. So think of the Vedas as cows. You have many Upanishads, many scriptures. Think of them as cows. But what are they giving you? Brahma Jnana. That is the same. It's the only thing which is discussed. So if as they say, mothers say, if you want to know if rice is cooked, just press one rice in the pot. No need to press every rice in the pot. So if you want to know the Brahma Jnana, just take any one Upanishad, read that, concentrate on that. The same thing is repeated everywhere. Only one thing. But of course, we like to taste it differently. So we want to see how many ways it has been approached. The highest knowledge has been approached. But this is what the Vedas tell us. Then again, Ghrutamiva payasi nigudam bhute bhute cha vasati vijnanam satatam manasi manthati tavyam mano manthan abhutena. See, the butter is hidden in milk. Thakur also says this, but you have to churn it. Unless you churn it, you won't get it. You won't get butter. So how should I churn it? So this Atma Jnana is within me. But how will I get it out? Churn it with the mind. How will you churn it? Think about the Atman. Think about the Brahman again and again. That is churning. That is thinking about that. Jnana netram samadhaya chodhare dvakni vat param nishkalam nischalam shantam tad brahmaham iti smritam. So what have we been told? Holding the rope of jnana. Jnana is the rope. I should bring out the fire. Okay, how will I bring out the fire? What is the fire here? The Brahman. And jnana is the thing which will lead me to Brahman. So I should try to nourish my knowledge. Okay, how will you nourish it? If you don't eat, your body will just wither away. So how will I nourish my jnana? By reading shastras, by meditating, by thinking elevating thoughts. So this is how I will try to know that. Know what or be what? Indivisible, nishkalam, nischalam, shantam, the calmness beyond words. And then sarva bhutadi vasam yad bhuteshu cha vasatyapi. Now see, the Upanishad ends in a devoted note. Like as Thakur says, we need jnana mishra bhakti. Merely bhakti will only be sentimentalism, just emotions, just crying and screaming. That's not religion. And again, just being a dry person, not having a heart at all, okay, and thinking that everyone is inferior to me because I am a jnani, I know what is Brahman is, okay. And who, oh, you all, what do you know? You are going behind that Sakar. Okay, you are all low people. I am thinking of the Nirakar. What you are thinking of Nirakar? Only Nirakar Brahman knows and you know. So, what he says is, the Lord, everything is in the Lord and He is in everyone. Okay. And Sarvanugrahakatvena. Why is He in everyone? Why should He be in everyone? He can be in Vaikuntha or He can be in any other place. He is there in everyone to grace us, to bless us, to save us. So, and finally, because it's an Advaita Grantha, it says, Tadasmyaham Vasudevaha. I am He. So, this is what this Upanishad says. And
Which Upanishad is
this is the, I told you, the drop Upanishad, Amrita Bindu. Amrita Bindu Upanishad.
But much of it is like other Upanishads also.
Everything will be like other Upanishads. Once you use the term Upanishad, say suppose if you want to know something about a sweet, you will tell me that everything is about sugar. Because without sugar, you are not going to have a sweet. So like that, that's what I told you. Upanishads, they will tell the same truth. What is that? Brahman is there. And it's within you. You must dive deep. Try to know that. Try to leave the non-Brahman. This is what the Upanishads will tell. Take any Upanishad. That's what they are going to tell you in various ways. In various ways, so that you don't get bored. You try to see, as I told you, Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. New discoveries. We'll be discussing some later. So, see, the cloud rises from water to sky through sun's rays. We saw this. The cloud is there. And what does it do? It goes and covers the sun. Right. But it cannot cover the daylight for long. Immediately the sun is going to just remove it. Like that. We saw that Maya and Ajnana are in Brahman. That's what we saw. They are reflectors. They are reflecting the Brahman. And we should break that reflectors. But they cannot stay for long. So don't think, how can I get rid of this Ajnana? Because this Ajnana is being with me for lives, right? From the moment I open my eyes, I know I am this body. One fine day I am telling you that you are not this body, you are Brahman. How will I know? This bondage is very strong. No. So it's, how can I break this bond? So don't, the Shastras say, encourage us. They say, don't get discouraged because the cloud cannot hide the sun. It is temporary. It will move away. The sun will shine. So Brahman will shine. The wood does not retain its nature. It burns like fire. Okay. The wood is not like fire, but it burns like fire. Its quality is different. Similarly, the knower of Brahman may look like an ordinary man, but he is Brahman. So because you will know who is who by his character, by his nature. You cannot hide yourself. You cannot say big words and then act otherwise. If Brahman is in everyone, destruction of one means angahani. When something is gone from my Brahman is everywhere, right? Brahman is all pervading. That's what the Shastras have told me. It's there from my lobe, from the hair of my head till the nails, toenails. Okay. So everywhere Brahman is there. But suppose if my hand is cut or my leg is cut, so how can you say that Brahman is not affected? Because it is inside me and one part is going on, so I have to suffer. Why is Brahman not suffering? So what they say is, Brahman is reflected as Jiva, as sun is reflected in a pot. This I have told you previously. Breaking of a pot does not affect it. Breaking is liberation. Bound by a form is bondage. I am binding myself. At least, at least I should have an intellectual conception. Maybe I am not able to realize it, but I should have an intellectual conception. That will help me a lot. Nor is the sun affected by waves in the pot, nor is the reflection. It is only an illusion. The sun is reflected in the pot, but it is not affected by that. The sun is there. Whatever happens here doesn't affect there. So the joy and sorrow of a particular pot does not affect other pots also. Okay, unless the pots are kept very nearby. You break one and the other will have a crack. Otherwise, that's how it is. If we, this pot thinks I am related to that pot, okay, come, let's be together, and when a brick comes, both are broken. So that's what it tries. See, examples are given so that we can have an idea. Okay, so then again, when Brahman is everywhere, why does man suffer? I am suffering. Now Upanishads are telling me that I am Brahman, but why am I suffering? Then he answers that because I am not using my knowledge. I am having, see, some, that's what I told you. My mother has cooked the dinner for me, but I am too lazy to go and open the pots. So I will starve. I will rather starve, I will cry, I will scream, I will blame. Okay, I will even die because I will not get up, go to the kitchen, open the pot and eat it. So Purushakara is necessary. Apply your jnana for relief. And till a pilgrim consumes his food. Suppose, see, I am traveling trail. Nowadays we have AC coaches. Earlier when we used to travel, the mothers will always be afraid that eat this thing, finish this thing fast, because otherwise it will go stale. So I have to, if I say no, I'm not hungry, I will eat after sunrise, then you can't eat because it will go stale and there will be no food available in this particular station, so you have to eat it off. So that's what pilgrim, if he consumes his food, he is, till he consumes his food, he is afraid that that food will be spoiled or hungry. But once he eats it, he is out of fear and he is satisfied. So like that, a person seeing Brahman in all is no longer afraid. He will be afraid of none because he is approaching them with that idea. And let me tell you something, whatever you are, it's reflected outside. With whatever intentions you go to a person, that person will behave with you in the same way. That's what you are. You are reflecting your ideas, you are vibrating actually. Every time you are vibrating like this and you are going to get the same thing. If you are going to smile at somebody, that person will smile at you. If you are going to frown at somebody, you are going to get a thrashing. So when the Brahman is unattached, this is another point which we saw. When the sun rises, all go for duty, right? But the sun is witness. He doesn't get involved in others' affairs. He doesn't come down and tell you, see, you're not flowing this properly, do this, or he's not coming. He is not getting involved in your actions. Nor does he do something. He is just there as the witness. So when, again they're giving a very beautiful simile. So you would have seen the blacksmith heating the iron. Okay. And when that fire is there in the iron, that's why it's taking that color. But when the iron is getting beaten, because they have to shape it, otherwise you can't design it. Does the fire feel the pain? Will it say that no, I am being beaten, I should not have come here? Only the iron deserves the beating, why should I enter it? No, because it's just there. So like that, again, when the wood is cut, is the Agni within wood in pain? Because we are using firewoods and we know that the wood will burn. But when it is cut, the Agni is there inside, otherwise it will not burn. But he doesn't say that, look, I am being cut, I won't. He doesn't object to it. So see, Atma is not, or Brahman is not affected with whatever happens to the body or mind. It's there as a witness and it wants you to know that you are a witness. Okay. Then, for whom are Shastras? We are reading these Shastras. For whom? Shastra is only for those who realize their suffering and those who want to be free of their sufferings. Otherwise, Shastras are not for uninterested people. That's why, Shastras were kept secret for a very long time. Unless the teacher knew that the student was truly interested, he wasn't going to discuss anything with him even. And finally, again, Shankara ends in devotion, because see, that is the easiest path for us. So he says that bhakti is of two types. One is stula and another one is sukshma. One is gross, another one is subtle. What are the stula bhakti? Puja, utsav, then reading of devotional scriptures, etc., etc. And see, you will not speak ill of others, and you will leave that place if you are forced to hear. See, please remember that you are not dustbins. One Mataji told me this. She told me, are you a dustbin? So that you are waiting, others will come and throw their whatever it is on you, because when others will come and discuss problems, not problems for which they want solutions, but like fault finding and other things, greed, or even this anger. Somebody is angry with somebody and they are coming in and they want to drag me, or they want to put that, burn me, roast me in that fire also. So why should I be there? I'll just leave that place. See, you should keep yourselves unperturbed and try to avoid circumstances that are going to instigate you. Okay, so you should try to move away from that. And what about Sukshma Bhakti? It is practice of Manasa Puja, Nirjanata. A seeker will try to be alone. It's okay. If I have to move in the society, that's okay. But I have to be alone in my mind. I have to be in a group with people who are of my mentality. So I cannot go and mix with anyone and everyone, because that's going to hinder me. So there should come a time when I will say enough. Now I should find a way for myself. I should find time for myself. I should devote seriously to sadhana, and I am not going to satisfy anyone and everyone. Okay, that somewhere or other I should do like this, and I should practice truth, and I should try to see the Lord in everyone. And finally, as the sun appears to be a small round object in a part of the sky, that's what we see when it's rising. In the afternoon we can't see him even, but in the early morning, if we get up, then we can see. If there's no pollution, the sun is coming like it's very small, but he is capable of lighting the entire universe and is visible from various places. All can see him because he is there. Like that, the Lord is both inside and outside. He is all pervading, and try to see him in you and in others. So even if you cannot think of concepts of the Atman, very high things, at least try to settle with the Sakar Brahma, because as I told you, the Sakar Brahman is the representative of the Nirakar Brahman, and he will take you to the Nirakara aspect. So start with the Sakara aspect and go slowly to the Nirakara aspect. So let me tell one or two words to sum up Jnana Yoga, because here afterwards I'll be going to concentrate on Raja Yoga, and Raja Yoga is actually very difficult and not for all. So I will be again going through some very simple practices and guidances so that we can try to go forward. So we have come to know that religious life begins when animal life ends. And there are many different aspects, religious views by many people, and Ramakrishna order accepts everything. I never say that your path is wrong, my path is good. So as people have various tastes, if I am not going to have different paths, people are going to be left out of that religious protection. So it's okay. Any person who is interested, who is sincere and has yearning, he can follow any path, he will reach the truth. That's what we believe. So how will you know? You will be traveling in an unknown path from the gross to the subtle. Okay. So what will religion do to me? What will meditation do to me? What will jnana do to me? It is going to give me blessings, light, okay, and bliss. So that's why religion is indestructible. You are not going to get rid of Religion, people unknowingly, unconsciously, or consciously, they select religion for peace. And you can meditate on anything, because now we are entering the presence of meditation, the practical aspect of whatever we have learned in all these days. But it is better to meditate on positive objects. I can meditate on any object for that matter, but negative objects will drag me down. So try to think on positive objects. Okay. And another one, if you should get the right teacher. Because if a blind man is going to follow a blind man, both are going to fall in the pit. So use your reasoning, select your teacher well, and then, as I told you, religion will transcend reason but never go against reason. And Thakur has said that God alone is real and everything else is unreal. So meditate on him who is the only real person. He is Gati Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Sukrit. There is nobody else but him, who is the goal, who is my well-wisher, who takes care of me in all ways possible. And then Thakur has said about Vidya Samsara. You are in the samsara, but you are not of it. As we saw, you have to be in the world because you are going back to the world, but don't try not to be of the world. Try to limit the way things are entering you through the indriyas. Always, as I told you, we are being we are under an onslaught by these material things, but somewhere we should use our discrimination and say, no, I won't let me be dragged in by these things. And so what will be my attitude? Think of everything as divine, that this whole world is God's Leela, and I am a part of it, and trying to love everyone, show respect to everyone, at least internally. Even if I can't show it outside, say I can't show it to my servant girl, come and you are Brahman, okay, I am Brahman, please sit in the same sofa with me. Okay, that maybe I can't go to that level, but this much I can refrain from, like, hey, what are you doing there? Get out from here. I can stop using rude words. I can stop disrespecting them. Okay, so this is how we can live in the samsara. There's only one condition. Thakur has said only one condition for being in the samsara: be detached. Know that you are a traveler here. So how will this attachment go? When we know that nothing will stay. We are here to make use of things and grow spiritually. That's why things have been given for us. So this is the aim of meditation. And Swamiji has said that the power of thought is very powerful. So don't think that what will happen by thinking all these thoughts. As I told you, these are like atom bombs. They are very powerful. You start thinking on them and they will burn their way inside you. So think and try to think. Okay. Then now, what are the obstacles of meditation? Without this, we cannot go forward. There are two types of obstacles. One is internal and another one is external. Now, external problems we can try to control a lot, but internal things are difficult to control, but they can be controlled through practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. By repeated suggestions, auto suggestions to myself, like, don't get deluded by this. Try to think of the correct thing and go forward. So mind has three states. Number one, tama. Okay, tama, sattva, raja, tama. We all know that. If you are in tama, what will happen? You will sleep off. The main problem in meditation, all people face this. The moment you sit for meditation, you doze, you sleep. So what should you do? First, take care of your body. Okay, as I said, dharma sadhana. If you are too tired, you cannot meditate. Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantam anashnataha. If you eat more, you can't meditate. If you eat less, you can't meditate. So what Krishna says is, be in the middle path. Have a balanced thing. Don't go to extremes. If you go to extremes, you can't continue the next day. So try to have a balanced thing. Take rest properly. Then see a refreshed mind, and that's why they say the early morning is the best time for meditation. Otherwise, evening or any time when you have rested and you feel fresh, that's the time for meditation. And what does tama do? And if you are in that tama mentality, and if you're going to meditate at that time, what happens is you try to harm others. Like harmful thoughts arise, bubble from your mind. So as I said, the mind has many subconscious layers, and everything will try to come out with more force, because as we saw, the tiger will use all its force to come out, get out. So the moment I'm closing my doors and asking and forcing it to meditate, then it will start to react. So the Shastras say two ways. The one thing is the breaking the mind, and another one is just allow the mind to wander. Just be the witness, sit there. Let your mind go wherever it wants. Then it will get tired, and after something it will come back to you. So these are two ways. One is you are trying to again and again concentrate on the yato nischarati manas chanchalam astiram. So as and when it goes away, like our bringi, it will always go off to the gate, and again we are pulling it back. So like that, try to control the mind with this. And if the mind is in the raja state, then it wants to show its power and it wants to enjoy. But as for spiritual people, they will try to keep the mind in the sattva state. And in the sattvic state, the mind stays calm. So how are you going to make the mind calm? By using pranayama, by using stotra part, hymns, okay, by praying, by chanting, by uttering omkara, by singing a song. So all these things will calm down our minds. So this laziness, that won't do. See, tiredness, sleep and laziness. These three things. These are the problems which we are facing a lot. So we should try to avoid these things. And then what we need is this thing, Purushakara, Adhyavasai, work and work and work. So try to be a witness. There's no point in blaming anybody else for my sufferings. I should take responsibility and I should work for it. So there are some methods of meditation. So I will request you to please close your eyes and try to think of what I am trying to tell you. Number one, see, the main thing is breathing, as I told you. And there are yogis who wait to, when we have, we inhale and exhale, right? So there are yogis who will test the nostril. Sometimes you are breathing from the right nose and sometimes you are breathing from the next nose. And if your breathing is coming equal in both the nose, then your mind is calm. So then yogis, they try to go and meditate at that particular time. So how are you going to bring the breathing equally? You can do a very simple pranayama, but pranayama, as I told you, it should be practiced strictly under guidance. So the thing is, just inhale and exhale slowly and deeply. This is a very simple pranayama and it will not affect you. Like, see, inhale with your left nose and exhale with your right nose, and again inhale with your right nose and exhale with your left nose. Please do that. Please do this 3 times. If you do this before your meditation, you will find your mind becoming calm. And try to take as much as you can, breathe in and breathe out slowly. Don't be in a hurry. And next is the chanting of Omkara. As long as you can. Please, we will chant Omkara thrice. Please close your eyes and think of Thakur's parables. I'll be trying to take some examples from the Gospel and try to meditate on that. So first, let us imagine a very great ocean in front of us. It has lots of waves, and so much of volume is coming on. Garjan, okay, Tarjan Garjan. So I am there, a small salt doll, and standing in the shores, and I am watching the ocean waves rushing towards me. And then I decide to measure the ocean, and I am stepping inside it, one step at a time. And as I am going inside and inside, I am seeing all my parts getting liquefied, and finally my ego, me, I am no more there. So who am I? I have become one with that infinite ocean. Please think like this. Again, let us meditate now on the sun, as we have heard the Ishopanishad. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham. So I am a seeker. I am standing here with folded hands towards the sun. I am facing the sun. And the sun is dazzling me. I cannot glance at the sun. It's shining bright and beautiful, and I am getting attracted to it. I am being bathed in the rays of the sun, which are nourishing me. And now I am making a prayer to the divine being which is there inside the sun. Please remove your dazzling. I want to know the truth which is within the solar arc. And to my astonishment, I feel that I am that. There is a, now let me come to a lake. There's a big lake, and there are many waves. Waves after waves are coming, rising in my mind. Those are the thoughts. Sometimes I'm having good thoughts. Sometimes I'm having happy thoughts. Sometimes I am having sorrowful thoughts. But let me make my mind calm. There is not even a stir in that lake. Everything has become calm. There are no more waves. And that's me. And in that calm lake, I can see the reflection of the sun. Now let me think of a big fire. It's burning and crackling. It's a very big fire, and I am finding warmth going near it. And what do I see? I see a lot of sparks coming out of that roaring fire. And what do I see? I can see that that roaring fire is the Brahman and I am the spark. And not only me, whatever I have seen with my eyes, all those things are the sparks. The entire universe is nothing but a spark, like me. And we are all connected to the Brahman. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. Now I am standing in a vast meadow. There's no end to that meadow. Everything is green all around me. And it's very hot, and suddenly I find raindrops coming on me. They are drenching me and cooling me, and with each and every drop which is drenching me, I am feeling joy. There is an inexplicable joy in me. Why? Because I can feel that those drops of water are the grace of God. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So these are some types of meditation which I have tried to tell you, to give you a glimpse of how we should meditate on what. We can think of many more things like the scenes and then try to concentrate on them. Tomorrow we will be discussing the meditation techniques shown in the Upanishads. See, a moment of meditation will give me